So today's our topic is about the China Shenzhou spacecraft, and it actually is a couple of days ago and very exciting events in China. But first of all, I want to say I'm very happy to meet you guys, and I hope we can have a happy 45 minutes, and we will meet you in the live course every Monday, Wednesday, Friday 3 p.m. Beijing time. And very happy to meet you all guys in today's streaming class. So in the live broadcast room, some students already have my WhatsApp and WeChat, and we already have a sort of exchange on Chinese learning, studying, working, or scholarship in China. So, but still, I would like to say I'm happy to meet you all guys. And I know that maybe some students in the live broadcast room have some classes before, and so actually this part of our Lushan online courses, but because the students in class have different level of their Chinese, so and our teacher will choose a degree of different difficulty for the most of students and make sure they can accept it, and it is not suitable for everyone. So if you want more target and systematic learning, you can learn more professional on the Lushan Chinese learning platform. So all you need to do is just subscribe the QR code, follow us, subscribe us, and we will provide you a professional team. Yeah, and we look for your participation. All right. So don't forget Redis and change your name in the living room. Okay, so that we can interact in the living room. So don't leave your name as a guest with a number, and sign in and change your name to English, and we can call your name and we can discuss in the streaming class, and we would like to know everything about you, and next time we will recognize you very well. So as if there's something you don't understand in the live class, you can watch the replay by registering, and if you're not free now, watch the replay. So if you haven't registered yet, hurry up and register. And so at the corner, the QR code, right the corner here, so scan it or take the screenshot and add us later. We will have a sort of questions. If you have sort of questions, we have a bunch of professional teachers to solve your concerns, and add us, we will be friend. So as you can see about this today's class content, the first part is about our Lushan website, and I'm going to give you an introduction about our Lushan Chinese language classes, and the second one is about our topic, the China space station, Shenzhou 12 delivers first crew to Tianhe model, and then we're gonna learn some the word about the space or the space station. All right, and the last one we're gonna talk about the Q&A. So if you have some questions, I will give you a quick answer. All right. Okay, so let's see our website. Okay, so let's take a look. So what learning resources included our website? All right, and our courses actually divide into the 4 sections. So here, the Hsk Test section, and here, Live Chinese, and Daily Chinese, and the Basic Chinese. So let's understand them one by one. All right. So the first is about the Hsk Test. And we have just learned that it's the most important step for everyone to come to China, and it also determines that scholarship for everyone to study here, and the major of study, the quality of school, and the condition of work. So whether you can even stay in China is closely linked to this exam. And first is divided to different 2 levels of difficulty, suitable for students of different level of learning it. All right, and it's contain bilingual recorded class from the famous teacher. So the teachers are native speaker, and in the top university of China, and with the fluently English, so which is convenient for everyone in different network conditions and national and regional time zones, and learn at any time. So it's good. And secondly is include the one-to-one interactive live broadcast of Chinese teaching. So just that everyone does have not have a natural language environment, so you need such a teacher to accompany you to one-to-one or face-to-face interactive exercises to the twice the result that half the effort. And this is about Hsk Test package, and actually we provide the two package, which is the basic one and improved one. And so next is the live Chinese section, suitable for the students at the basic level, from like the Chinese pinyin, so to take you to lay the foundation and further study in the simple conversation and use in your daily life and after you come into China. So it's very practical. And the third is daily Chinese section, which is divided to different themes such as travel and Chinese history, sports, movies, culture, music, online shopping, and other special topics. So they are of interest for everyone, and including the latest hitting topics if you are interested in Chinese culture, and don't miss it. And the last one is basic Chinese, business Chinese, and they are basic and advanced courses for business negotiation, language, business etiquette, and business talks required by business people. So if you want to do business in China, so it's the preferred courses package for you. Alright, so what is very important here is that the basic also have a very strong business situation, and courses development is careful, polished by outstanding entrepreneurs, and everyone will benefit a lot. So shortly, our courses have different users with different needs. So no matter what kind of knowledge you want to learn, it can help you achieve it. Of course, the most important thing is the package about Hsk Test. And after all, it's close related to the scholarship system. And next is about the FAQ. So which answer of your common doubts. And of course, if you have more questions or want to learn more about scholarship, you are also welcome to add the WeChat and in the end or now. So don't forget to scan our code, subscribe us, follow us. So we will answer you in detailed. Okay. So let's go back to our today's topic. So do you know what exciting events happened? Just I said. So in China, a few days ago, the Shenzhou 12 spacecraft was launched, and this is 12th mission of Shenzhou series spacecraft in China, and the 7th mission of China managed space flight. So it's very exciting for Chinese people. And here the picture of the three guys. So the three guys, which is the Nie Haisheng, Liu Boming, Tang Hongbo. So they are to spend 3 months aboard the Tianhe model sun, like 380 kilometers for these 3 astronauts, and it will be China's longest crew space mission to date, and the first in nearly 5 years. So the crew has successfully docked with the space station just over 7 hours after launch, and the moment of contact was made the applause for mission control in China. Right, and let's see a video here about the situation about the space station. Okay.
Hey, welcome to our special coverage of astronauts' first day on China's space station. I'm Li Qiuyuan. Shenzhou 12, which is Chinese for Divine Vessel, was successfully launched from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center last Thursday. The 3 Chinese astronauts were taikonauts aboard the Nie Haisheng, Liu Boming and Yang Hongbo. Now, the space flight took about 6.5 hours. The three men entered the core module Tianhe, or Heavenly Harmony, 3 hours after Shenzhou docked with it. The mission aboard the module in low Earth orbit is the third of the 11 missions to complete the construction of China's space station. And today we'll be talking to Mr. Xu Yansong, who's the Director General of the Asia Pacific Space Cooperation Organization, for more details on Life in Space. Thank you so much for joining us. But first, it's been a week since the launch, and the taikonauts are maintaining a schedule that's synced with Beijing time. Now, they start working at 8 o'clock in the morning and report their conditions to the control center. They have been unpacking the supplies shipped to the space station by the Tianzhou 2 cargo spacecraft. The cargo ship was launched late May, and it transported nearly 7 tons of supplies. Well, the three Chinese taikonauts' day in the Tianhe core module of China's space station marks several firsts for the country's space program. They are now inside the module following the Tianhe core module's first autonomous rendezvous and docking with a manned spacecraft. The process took about 6.5 hours to complete, and it marked the first entry of China.
Hi, say that. Is that your name? So I saw your questions. So if you want to join our classes, and here is our QR code. You just need to do is scan the code and subscribe our platform, official platform. And there will be professional advisors to give you a online class link, so then you can join our class. And our class in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 p.m. Beijing time. All right. And now you can do is like screenshots, okay? Because I will continue.
Chinese astronauts into a space station of their own. Once inside the module, their first activities were to take care of basic tasks such as setting up the oxygen generator and installing the water tank. Now, they also arranged the rest area for their first sleep in the space station, and they connected the module's Wi-Fi for the first time. Now, the equipment for establishing wireless network weighing about 6 tons.
So here is about the Shenzhou 12 space station, the interiors conditions, and you can see the three astronauts living and working here. All right.
Was earlier carried to the space station by China's Tianzhou 2 cargo ship. Now, Shenzhou 12's launch has caused a stir among analysts and experts globally. Have a listen.
China now has all the capacity to develop this space exploration technology on its own. So this is something admirable, especially if we take into account that China launched its first manned mission in 2003, less than 20 years ago.
These are very exciting times for the Chinese space program, and it's incredible to be able to have this additional capability in Earth orbit, in addition to the International Space Station, to open up this kind of exploration to everyone. People should remember that this is not their first space station, this is their third space station. So they've been practicing at this, working out a lot of the details. That's exactly what we did in Apollo. You know, we flew Mercury and Gemini and worked our way up, etc. It's a steep learning curve, but you know, you have to learn these lessons, and China has been doing that very well.
And joining us in the studio today is Mr. Xu Yansong, again, Director General of the Asia Pacific Space Cooperation Organization. Great to be with us, as always. So we've got three astronauts up there, Tang Hongbo, Liu Boming, Nie Haisheng. It's their 7th day there on the space station. Everything going so far so good, on schedule?
Well, I think they have had a great ride to the station a week ago, as you said, and they had also to synchronize with the Beijing time for their daily activities, and they're doing a lot of unpackings and unwrapping. So I think everything went well, and they're ready to communicate with the ground, and that's one of the historic points that we're waiting for, so that they are getting used to the life on board the station. Couple of them have been there many times, I think one time or twice, and they know how it feels to be in the station. But this time they have more rooms and more spacious infrastructures and more toys to play with, including communications, Wi-Fi's, and life support system. Of course.
Yes, just like the Professor said, it's the first time the astronauts set on the space station with Wi-Fi and live system. So this is the first time we tries to do this.
Of course, their mission is to test and validate all these new technologies, in particular for sustained duration of their stay.
And what's next, on their to-do list?
Well, they have quite a few missions to prepare. There are a number of scientific payloads that have to be unwrapped and press the button and monitor. And they also have to validate all the life support systems, including ventilations, air recycles, and detoxifications, and also water cycle systems. So all of this has to be done in a systematic way, and they've already had a logbook to follow, including a lot of activities. Of course, they also have their leisure times, and they can spend a few minutes, at their own private time.
That's always nice. What about those EVAs, extravehicular activities? Spacewalks are always exciting.
Yes, spacewalks are very complex missions, and of course you have to be well prepared for this activity, and also to validate also the airlock, which is currently using one of the berthing port for EVA activities. The EVA is not an essential part of their initial stage. They have to make sure that internally all the stations are function well, and also to test all the facilities and equipments. So inside the capsule activity is very important, and they have to well prepare everything before they go out of the capsule. Of course, they will have to do that, and in the condition that we're building the station from inside and also from outside. But unessential EVA are not required at this moment, and of course they need to what they need to do is to validate the Tianhe capsule very thoroughly, for all the technologies are running well, and also redundancy system are operational, so that they have everything they need in their hand first before they go out.
And a bunch of international cooperation projects, science experiments are also being brought by the astronauts to space, right? Did they have the time to get started on that?
Yes, those experimental parts, some went with the Tianhe capsule, others are coming up with the cargo ships. As you probably know, the next mission is another cargo that is going to go to the station, replacing this one, because this one they have to also put the waste of the station after refueling and taking all the cargoes inside Tianhe, so that this cargo ship can re-enter the atmosphere and burn up by themselves. And then the new capsule will come, and also with the experiments that has been collected on the international platform, which is UN USA. We call it USA, Office for Outer Space Affairs. That is part of the UN function. And then they have selected 9 projects out of the criteria that it has to be unprecedented at the first time and innovative. So those cargoes will go up, and then the astronauts will unload those cargoes and put in the station and power them up for the experiments.
All right, Mr. Hsu, stay with me. We have more questions for you, but before that, during their stay, the astronauts will carry out a series of technical and scientific operations. The station is equipped with Wi-Fi, even a robotic arm, which will help the astronauts handle heavy equipment. And
here's the topic. Like you said, the 3 astronauts can access Wi-Fi and 120 kinds of food, so which is
conduct activities outside the module. And the 3 men will also be able to enjoy as many as 120 different kinds of food up there. And here's a look at what they can see from the station.
A magnificent view of space captured by Tianhe, the largest spacecraft developed by China. And inside the vessel, technauts are provided with 6 areas for work, sleep, sanitation, dining, healthcare, and exercises. The dining area features a retractable table and equipment to heat or refrigerate food, supply drinking water, while a treadmill and a bike are in the exercise zone.
We are going to decorate this home in the next week with more pieces of equipment to ensure their life and work go well.
The technauts have already set up Wi-Fi in the spacecraft, So now they can easily control cabin lighting and track inventory. They can also communicate with people on Earth via video calls and email.
Every morning, just like they do on Earth, they communicate with the center, and also in the evening, so we can sync their schedule with that of Beijing.
To provide a safe and comfortable environment for the technonauts, Tianhe is also equipped with air conditioners to ensure the temperature, humidity, and working temperature of equipment are within the appropriate range. The three men have a list of tasks to perform, including transporting goods and materials from the cargo spaceship, verifying the life support system, managing modules, and operating mechanical arms. They will also conduct in-orbit maintenance, space experiments and tests, as well as perform activities outside the vehicle. Zheng Chunying, CGTN.
If you're just joining us now, you're watching our special coverage of China's space station. Momentarily, the three astronauts on board the Tiangong station are going to make a video call to the ground, and Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to talk to them. The three astronauts on board are Nie Haisheng, Liu Boming, and Tang Hongbo. And when that happens, we're going to bring it to you live. The state-of-the-art technology is making life easier for the three technonauts, and to ensure safety, it was thought the men would need to take turns at night shifts. But space officials now say there's no need, as a new type of acoustic and photoelectric alarm system will alert them if anything is amiss, so they can now rest well in outer space. And in our interview with the chief designer of the astronaut system of China's manned space program, we find out how the taikonauts were selected for this important mission. Xing Ruinan has more.
For its longest crewed mission to date, China sent 3 taikonauts into orbit. Nie Haisheng, the mission's commander, is a 56-year-old veteran making his 3rd trip to space. Liu Boming, 54, did China's first ever spacewalk in 2008. Tang Hongbo, 45, is from the 2nd batch of candidates who is now on his maiden flight. So why have they been chosen? Huang Weifeng, chief designer of the astronaut system of China's manned space program, cites the strength of each.
他能够沉着冷静地应对。
Nie Haisheng can deal with all kinds of problems calmly, so as to stabilize the situation, which is very important. Nie has the experience of conducting manual space docking, and this is very important. And Liu Boming once helped his teammates Zhai Zhigang perform a spacewalk during the Shenzhou 7 mission. Therefore, Liu has the experience of extravehicular activity. Tang Hongbo, a member of the 2nd batch of Chinese astronauts in 2010, was also selected in the Shenzhou 12 space crew. Tang was selected as a backup crew member for the Shenzhou 11 mission, which shows that Tang performed very well. These 3 astronauts performed very well based on our early observations.
Chinese astronauts are mainly selected from outstanding pilots. However, taikonauts need to undergo extreme tests, stimulating the special environmental factors they will be subjected to in space, such as weightlessness, low pressure, and working in confined dark spaces. All of these challenge human physical and psychological limits.
The astrovehicular activity is a great challenge for the astronauts, so we strengthen their physical training and strength training, including their upper body and core strength.
The 3 men have undergone more than 6,000 hours of training, including hundreds of underwater somersaults in full gear, to get accustomed to their suits for spacewalks. Xing Ruinan, CGTN.
All right, Mr. Xu, we're standing by for that ground-to-space call between the president and 3 astronauts. And you earlier mentioned that there's a small window, really, for such a ground-to-space call to take place.
Exactly. This space station is flying at an inclination of 41 degrees. That is the angle between the equator and the flight plane. And also the altitude is about 400 kilometers. So it has a window of flying by over the head of Chinese territory for about 20 to 30 minutes. So it's a window that you communicate with the ground. Using that opportunity, of course, that happens on a daily basis, but you have to use state-of-the-art technology to communicate with the station, because you have to track the station because it's constantly flying over you.
Right, and they can see 90 sunrises, right, during a day and 54 sunsets during a day.
Oh yeah, it was theoretically it was the case. So because it flies around the Earth some 92 minutes or 96 minutes per round, so you have quite a lot of sunrise and sunset and spectacular views on board the station.
Right, and talk to us about living in space for a while. We're talking about a long durational stay. They're going to stay there for 3 months. What kind of impact will that have on the astronaut's body?
Well, we normally have a ground testing facility that you lie people down for months. For example, a 6-degree inclination, your head down. So you're lying in that position, you're losing a lot of bone mass, muscles, and you become very weak. So that would occur only a couple of weeks into the test, what we call a bed test. So the astronauts, once they're in microgravity environment, their strength is not required, and so is their bone mass. So they lose them automatically, and also they have cardiovascular weakness. So the constant exercise is required for astronauts on daily basis, because that is why they put the extra facilities like the
treadmills and exercise bikes,
pedaling bikes, so that they have to do this on a regular basis, so that they can maintain the strength and the core strength, as the experts have just mentioned, that is very important for EVA activity, which is challenging for their body strength. Because of the EVA challenges, they have to do a 10-meter water tank simulations. And last time you did mention about how to simulate microgravity environment, and I missed 2 points. That you can also have a drop tower, but that was for short duration. But you still have microgravity environment. It's like a roller coaster that you drop down. Right. And another way of simulating a relatively longer period of microgravity environment is what we call a parabolic flight on a plane. So that planes takes off and have a parabolic flights, and then you have microgravity environment inside the plane. So that is also what we have been doing some of the scientific experiments, but that was only for a short period of time. As I mentioned, the station is a sustained microgravity environment, so the effect to the body is phenomenal.
But it's good they have 2 hours a day to work out, so that's nice. What about food in space? We've just mentioned in our report they have more than 120 types of food up there. Last time you mentioned food tastes different in space, and we've also noticed a lot of Sichuan food is actually on the menu, right? Kung pao chicken, gong bao jiding, or yuxiang rou si, fish flavored shredded pork. But interestingly, none of the astronauts are actually from Sichuan province, so it has to do with what types of food are suitable to go into space, right?
Yeah, the food that they put into the station is basically sanitated and dehydrated. So lots of process has gone into the food preparations for a longer period of time, so that they can still use it and eat it. So the food has been kept in a minimum quantity or required quantity that they can just maintain the bodies, because of the weight that they can carry to space is very expensive. So the food has to be constrained and controlled and compact in a different smaller sizes. But once in the station, you have to you can recycle the water, and you can use water to hydrate some of the food, and it will have a good taste. And of course, China is a diverse country. We have different flavors of food, and it's very much inclined to the astronauts, which kind of food they prefer. And this is done in their training center because they stay there for years, and the chefs know how their taste is. So these 3 astronauts are 2 from Hubei and Hunan, 1 from the northeast.
Yeah.
So I think they have different flavors, and they can always use the food to adjust their tempo and mode.
Just want to let our viewers know you're now watching the live picture from the Beijing Aerospace.
Okay, so these are the general information about Shenzhou 12 in the space station, and let me just add some couple of details. Like, so one is to further verify the functional performance of the manned space to the Earth transportation system. So it's about the Shenzhou 12 flight's mission. They have more like 4 suspects, alright. And the secondly is to fully verify the astronauts' long-term stay guarantee technology, just as you see from the video, like the Wi-Fi on the living situation and the food supply. We provide 120 kinds of foods for these 3 astronauts. And third is to verify the ability of astronauts and robot arm to complete out of vehicle activities and out of the vehicle operation together in orbit. So these are Chinese continuous breakouts in aerospace technology, which is very exciting. And next we're going to learn some of the words about the China aerospace, or the China Shenzhou space station. Okay, and let's see the words. So from the first one, the China aerospace, 中国航天, China aerospace, 中国航天, China, 中国 aerospace, 航天 aerospace, 航天. The next one, spacecraft, spacecraft, 航天器, like the space. Okay, 太空 spacecraft, 航天器 spacecraft, 航天器. And the next one, astronaut, astronaut, 宇航员 宇航员. And do you remember what we call the astronaut in this video? Actually, from the video we say taikonaut, taikonaut. So this word is actually I think is created by the Chinese version, like the Chinglish. All right, so 太空 太空员 we say taikonaut, taikonaut. But in the official English we say astronaut, astronaut, 宇航员宇航员. And what we call the all the member in the space station. So we say crew, crew, 全体船员 crew, 全体船员. And the next one, docked, docked, docked. And we see from the video the airspace connection. They connected with different parts, and we say docked, docked. 对接对接 docked, docked. The next one, exterior, exterior 外部的 out of the spacecraft, out of space station. We say exterior, exterior. And the next one, orbit, orbit, orbit. 轨道轨道 orbit 轨道. So the spacecraft or the space station, they moving around the Earth, we in an orbit, orbit 轨道. Okay. And next one, let's choose some words. So there's a lot of words we have to learn. Like the first one, the 载人飞船 manned spacecraft or spaceship. So 飞船 we can say spaceship or spacecraft. And 航天飞机 is different with the spaceship and spacecraft. 航天飞机 we say space shuttle. 飞机 shuttle. 航天飞机 space shuttle. And this one 无人飞船 无人 unmanned. So you can think of it like there's no people on the spaceship. So in official English, unmanned. 无人飞船 unmanned spaceship or unmanned spacecraft. And next one 实验太空船 experimental spacecraft. 实验 experimental 实验太空船 spacecraft. 实验太空船 experimental spacecraft. The next one 多级火箭 多 we say multiple 级 等级 you can think about it like the level or stage, but in here 多级 multi-stage. So there are a lot of stage. You can say multi-stage 多级 multi-stage. 火箭 rocket 多级火箭 multi-stage rocket. And this one 返回式卫星 recoverable satellite. 卫星 satellite in Chinese 卫星 satellite. Actually so recoverable in Chinese we also say 可回收 okay 可回收 recover. And in here you can also say 返回式卫星 返回式 recoverable 返回式. And the next one 通信卫星 communication 通信 communication 通信 and 通信卫星 communication satellite. And next one 运载火箭 运载 so in here 载 we can say carrier 载承载carrier 运载火箭 carrier rocket. And next one 返回舱 so 舱 in here module 舱 module 返回 re-entry 返回. But in other way we can say 返回 like go back. And next one 推进舱 推进 propelling. Or in other way 推进 you can say to continue or push 推进 but in here the professional words 推进舱 propelling module. And the next one 指令舱 指令 command 指令 command. Or 指令 in English, in other words we can say order or command. And in here, 指令舱 command model. And next one, 服务舱 服务 service 服务舱 service model. The next one, 登月舱 登月 so 月 in here, we say Luna or 月亮 Luna, moon Luna or moon, so 月亮 And next one, 发射台 so 发射 which means launch 发射 台 pad And the next one, 国际空间站 international 国际 国 national or nation 国 national or nation 国际 international 空间站 space station so 国际空间站 international space station 外太空外 outer outsider 外 outer 外太空 outer space 着陆区着陆 we say landing 着陆 landing 着陆区 area or you can say the 地区 area or field aerial field. And next one, 太空服 space outfits so 服 in here 服装 outfits or suits so which includes gloves or boots or helmets with some professional so the outfits so 服装太空服的服装 outfits space outfits or space suit and this one 气象卫星气象 so 气象 in here you can say weather or meteorological 气象 weather or meteorological so 气象卫星 weather satellite or meteorological satellite 绕地球飞行绕 orbit 地球 earth okay so this is all of words we practiced today and let's go next so the Q&A so here is some question that the students frequently ask our courses advisors so what kind of content are you looking forward to seeing online classes and about the Chinese teaching or about the HSK or about our packages and or the Chinese culture so such questions you can ask now and I will give you a quick answer okay so let's see Chidi or Tuli how are you guys thank you for thank you for joining us today's streaming class and I can hear your words so do you guys have some problems or questions And just don't forget, scan the QR code on the screen and follow us and subscribe us, and we will provide a special and professional team to answer your questions and to help you solve your problems. Alright. Okay, so that's all about today's online classes, and today we've learned about some words about the spacecraft or space station, and we watched the video about the Shenzhou 12 spacecraft. Okay, so next class we're gonna talk about a new topic. Alright, a new topic. So don't forget to join us online classes in next Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you next time. Bye.